Good morning, America. How are you? I'm not crazy. I'm just a little unwell. Is that MTG's? Is that MTG's new song? She's not suicidal. She said, "I'm not suicidal. I'm not crazy here. I'm not suicidal." Anyhow, I'm your host, BKP. You're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. Good morning, Diane. On the eve of a government shutdown. It's like deja vu all over again. I've been here. I think I've been here before. You remember the one where Trump invited Nancy Pelosi? Good morning, Diane. Where Trump invited Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer in the Oval Office. And, they went at it. Trump didn't do that this time. He shut the door on the negotiations. So where are you vacationing? All right, so we're going to talk about government shutdown. All right, we're going to go there. Where are you vacationing? I'm going to vacation at the Gaza on the Mediterranean. Would this be, do I have this correct? Gentrification? Is that how you pronounce it? Would this be gentrification of the Gaza Strip? Coffee shops, Palestinians sitting out front, sharing an espresso. I mean, there's days where it's just unreal. And then they want me to trust everything. So I guess the theme of the show today, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying what they're selling. I'm not buying what they're selling. Trump is my president. He's my president. I still support my president, but I'm not buying what they're selling. You know, when Saudi Arabia is your first stop, your very first stop is Saudi Arabia, right? And, remember when well, I better not say it. That one could get me in trouble. We'll stay away from that. Your very first stop is Saudi Arabia. And this guy here, Diane, give me number. I know I have it here. EA Sports. You know what? Is it electric or electronic, right? Electronic EA Sports. When they are purchased by number 96, EA Sports is purchased by the largest private purchase, Madden, EA Sports, all your games. Electronic Arts goes private for $55 billion. 97. And the deal is done with Jared Kushner in Saudi Arabia. $55 billion Electronic Arts. The EA Sports that you play those games, Saudis, and this guy here, Jared Kushner, they have purchased the largest Electronic Arts goes private in a $55 billion deal. I mean, just not buying it. So, January 21st, Trump's in there 254 days. And he's moving and a shaking. January 21st, Trump has an announcement with none other than who? Larry Ellison of Oracle. And then Trump saves TikTok. So those people don't care what's going on. But he saves it with Larry Ellison. And then just like that, Trump makes a deal with Benjamin Netanyahu to build vacation homes on the Mediterranean there in Gaza, the Gaza Strip. He said it before. Hey, Trump didn't keep any secret. Remember back when he said, hey, this could be a prime piece of, property, right? And then this guy, all of a sudden, number 42 and then number 43. Oh, we're going to go deep. I'm going to lay some things out this morning. Tony Blair. So they all decided Trump needed to be in charge. What's it called? What is it called? I mean, it's got this really great marketing name, right? What is it called? I thought I wrote it down. It's the board of peace. The Board of Peace. And Tony Blair proposed as chief of Gaza Transition Authority. I'm like, wait a minute. And then I'm watching a video and I see Tony Blair and Larry Ellison in the same video. Wait a minute. Are they trying to get me to believe something? Number 43. Not buying it. Tony Blair controversial relationship with the Middle East since leaving office. So I didn't know Tony Blair and Trump were that close. And then you have that whole UK thing down there around Israel. Huh. I bet if you go back in history, like 47? I bet if you go back in history, you could find the UK down there around the Gaza on the Mediterranean at that time. So, all right, I'm not buying it. We're going to talk about it. There's something else I'm not buying into. You guess what it is. Tell me what else I'm not buying into. Now, the government shutdown, and that's not it, because that's just a political stunt that you and I have known for quite some time was well on its way. But the government shutdown, we're on the eve of the government shutdown. So apparently they go in to have a serious meeting. I know. These are Democrats, right? They go in to have a serious meeting. Here's one I got for you before I go any further. So China will not buy our soybeans. I'm going to lay this one out. They will not. China completely shut us off. It's tough on the farmers right now. Take that down, Diane. Give me number 32. So China won't buy our soybeans. It's really tough on our farmers right now. They're experiencing some tough times. But, like we said, trying to do some things, there has to maybe be a little pain. And so we bail out Argentina, right? We bail out Argentina. Give me number 33. And here is a text message going around. I'm going to have to do it over here because I can't. The text appears to be from Brooke Rollins and is in a group chat with one other person as well as Besant, Treasury Secretary. The message says, finally, just a heads up, I'm getting more intel, but this is highly unfortunate. We bailed out Argentina yesterday, Besant, and in return, Argentina removed their export tariffs on grains, reducing their prices, and sold a bunch of soybeans to China at a time when we would normally be selling to China. Soy prices dropping further because of it. This gives China more leverage on us. So our farmers are struggling. China has shut off purchasing all soybeans from our farmers. All right. Hold on, I got to write something down. Yes, from our farmers. And I have it here in just a second because I want to show it to you. Yeah, they have shut off our farmers. May not be able to find it right off. 121. Sorry, 120. Go at 120 first and then 121. So leaked texts show concerns about soybean crisis. And then you got 121. These text messages were leaked. This gives China more leverage on us. I read this earlier. Here it is, 122. This was at 4:09 a.m. We bailed out Argentina yesterday, and in return, the Argentines removed their export tariffs on grain. And number 123, our number one export to China, soybeans, in 2024 were $12.6 billion in sales to China. And they will not take one shipment of soybeans from our farmers. But yet, China operates meat packaging processing plants in this country here. China operates all over this United States of America. China owns farmland. China was just found to be linked to the 200 plus SIM cards in New York that was going to jam the complete communications of New York City while everyone was at the UN, especially Donald J. Trump. China's upset because we're trying to stop furniture plants. We're trying to stop cars. We're trying to stop fentanyl. We're trying to stop their gangs from coming in across the border, zero tariffs. They shut us completely down. We have farmers that it's a disaster right now for our farmers. But hey, give me number 37. The city of Philadelphia, of brotherly love, Philadelphia to raise Chinese flag over the city, hail to celebrate the founding of the CCP. Yeah, Philadelphia. That's what it says. I don't know. I'm just going to say something. Mr. President, you need to shut China down. I mean, shut them down. Period. Take that down. No, we're busy. We're busy helping our billionaire friends. And I said it. All right. Now, the government shutdown, we're going to get into that. But when I come back, here's one right here. I want to talk about this when I come back. 118. How are we going to, in the near future, be able to tell what's real? This is totally fake. That is a fake person. That is fake. I'm absolutely no joke. And they are making commercials, complete commercials that you're not even aware of, that are entirely fake. Nothing about the commercial is real, and it's AI generated. Give me number 60. An AI video ad is making a splash. It is the future of advertising. Now, keep this in mind when I say this. Nothing in some of this advertising that is now coming up, nothing is real. And you don't have a clue. Give me number 61. Impressively real AI commercial has no actors, no set, no location. The same way Madison Avenue, we'll call it Madison Avenue, the same way Madison Avenue has always evolved in selling you products is the same way, that's exactly what the government has always done in selling you things. So every time marketing evolves, it's not marketing toothpaste. It evolves in marketing, manipulating you. This is coming. This is coming. In fact, someone called me the other day and we were talking, and they were trying to get a doctor's appointment. And they said, I'm pretty positive that the individual that I was on the phone with is AI. AI is getting ready to take over customer service. You shall see. What can you trust? All right, so yesterday they had a meeting at the White House. They came out. I got to go, but I have to do this one. I don't know why Trump does this. I really don't. So first, Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries, they go up to the microphone when they come out of the front door. They go up to the microphone and they express their meeting with the president. They explain what took place. Here they are, 126. And immediately they're discussing what Democrats want to prevent a government shutdown, what Republicans want to prevent a government shutdown. And immediately, 125, President Trump puts this out. And you're like, yes, yes, yes. So, racist, give me video 14.
Democrats were so weak last time and folded so quickly.
I think there is a sense of that, yes. They feel like there's a swagger coming from this White House. They feel like the Democrats have proven to be not up to the challenge so far this year. There's been inadequate opposition, and they feel like they can bully them into what they want. And they can use the same talking points they used during last year's election on immigration, trying to claim it's illegal migrants getting health care. We're seeing some transgender talk again. And last night, the president, after this meeting, yielded nothing with Schumer and Jeffries. The president put on social media a deep fake, highly offensive video with racist discussions and fake language from Schumer and Jeffries that clearly is not thing you do if you're trying to reach across the aisle to get an 11th hour deal. Yeah. So they're willing. They're dug in.
Give me 52. Trump mocks Schumer, Chuck Schumer, and Hakeem Jeffries in AI-generated video after failing government shutdown meeting. Racist, everything. So here is the video. Brace yourself. This comes from Donald J. Trump. Give me number. Oh, where is that? I have it here. Video 15.
Look, guys, there's no way to sugarcoat it. Nobody likes Democrats anymore. We have no voters left because of all of our woke trans bullshit. Not even black people want to vote for us anymore. Even Latinos hate us. So we need new voters. And if we give all these illegal aliens free health care, we might be able to get them on our side so they can vote for us. They can't even speak English, so they won't realize we're just a bunch of woke pieces of shit, you know, at least for a while until they learn English and they realize they hate us too.
President Trump put that. Donald Trump put that out. I mean, this is the guy 2 hours earlier is apparently, presenting a 20-point, board of peace in the Middle East. And then a couple hours later, he sends this out. All right, folks, the manipulation. What are you doing on the eve of a shutdown? We'll talk about that. I'm not buying it. Okay? Exactly. We'll be back after. Oh, guess who got fired? Oh, you'll just have to wait. Yeah, they got fired. You'll just have to wait after these messages.
Truck Month Plus at Day Chevrolet in Jasper. Now save $11,000 off new Silverado 1500 crew cabs. Plus, get $500 bonus cash for your trade. Pick your Silverado from our huge selection. Save a whopping $11,000 off. Plus, $500 bonus cash for your trade during Truck Month Plus at Day Chevrolet in Jasper. Day Chevrolet. Days gets it done. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
All right, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. You're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. Good morning, Diane. I am not buying it. I'm really not. Well, wait a minute. At 10 a.m., we will have the Georgia Hour. We have some major updates on the $140 million Ponzi scheme. Major updates on that in Georgia. Largest Ponzi scheme in the history of Georgia. Major updates. We got a new candidate in the lieutenant governor's race. 10 o'clock, the Georgia Hour. Now, so yesterday, Trump is with Benjamin Netanyahu of Israel, and they are laying out what is called the Board of Peace. And I'm listening to it. I went out in my safe space and I watched all 45 minutes. I don't know why President Trump doesn't cut it down just a little bit, but he continues to, when he has these press conferences or whatever, it takes 45 minutes. So I watched all 45 minutes yesterday. And the Board of Peace. Now, Benjamin Netanyahu comes to the UN, makes a speech, then goes over to the White House, and they all get together. And here is a couple internal pictures yesterday of the meeting over at the White House. Give me number 99 and then 98. Here's everybody assembled in the Oval Office. Everybody's assembled there, right? And there you go. There's the other angle, Bibi Netanyahu, as President Trump has taken gold leaf, and we've tacked that all over the Oval Office now, gold leaf everywhere. And there's President Donald J. Trump and Bibi Netanyahu. Okay. 104. Right. Now, President Trump apparently makes Bibi Netanyahu apologize to Qatar. Well, I don't know. Maybe Tucker Carlson made him apologize. I don't know. Just saying. But Bibi Netanyahu picks up the phone and he apologizes to Qatar about bombing them a couple weeks ago. And then you got 107. Trump's Gaza plan proposes to end the war and return the hostages. Now, let me just say this. So there are now 45 hostages. I don't come out of this without some kind of damage. So there's 45 hostages, Jewish hostages that Hamas apparently has. And so they've held these people with no regard that 65,000 people are dead. Do you ever stop and think about what they want to get you to believe? Now, Okay. So we have what's reported 65,000 people dead. Hamas apparently somewhere in some tunnels somewhere in the Gaza Strip. And there's 45 people. Reports are half of those people are dead out of the 45. 65,000, 45, quite the trade-off. So this peace plan, if Hamas will release the bodies and the hostages, remaining live hostages, the peace plan goes into place after 65,000 people are dead. Just saying. Okay. Sounds like a deal to me. You can't make this up. Now, and then on top of that, in the peace plan, you have right here, number 38. You have the full 20-point plan for peace just issued by the White House. So you have the 20-point plan that you can go read, and the entire thing has been leaked out. The entire plan, the program, how it all works. Number 39. So here's your 20-point plan. Here's the map of what it'll look like. Number 40. I can't fall for all of this. All right, so what you're looking at there is the Mediterranean. And you have the blue zone, Israeli Defense Forces, the IDF, current line of control. Initial withdrawal, second withdrawal would be the red, and then the third withdrawal would be a security buffer. And then what you would have is they would come together in the plan and rebuild Gaza. And it would be much nicer, as Trump said yesterday. Yes. And Trump's going to be in charge. It seems like, what was it, 3 months ago? What was it, 4 months? When did Trump say somewhere that the coastline of Gaza could have beautiful hotels and condos? Did you not hear that somewhere months ago? Months ago. About the same time you were hearing that TikTok was going to disappear. Now pay attention. Oh, yeah. TikTok's in this. So, where are you vacationing? Well, I'm going to Gaza on the Mediterranean. I'll be on the Mediterranean this spring. It's beautiful in Gaza in the spring on the Mediterranean. Number 41. Now, this is part of the leaked document. Here is a flow chart on the Palestinian Executive Authority, right? The Civil Police, Property Rights Preservation Unit, Judicial Board, Municipalities, right? Here is how it's all going to work. Everything's going to work. Trump's going to be the main overseer, but this guy's going to be in charge. Number 42. This guy's going to be in charge. Tony Blair. I'm telling you, folks, we're going to get to tying this together. We're going to get to tying that. He's going to be in charge. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What am I missing here? So we often see the rubble, and I mean just the rubble of Gaza. I don't think I thought I had a clip here. Maybe I don't. Of what Gaza looks like as it's flattened, right? We often see that part. And I'm thinking to myself, every time I see the rubble of Gaza that is totally leveled, I'm thinking to myself, well, wait a minute. Did they have to clear? Did they have to clear the area? Just saying. I guess I don't have. I really thought I had a picture of the leveled area in Gaza. So is that gentrification? For rebuilding? So now let's change gears a little bit. So Benjamin Netanyahu, Larry Ellison, very wealthy billionaire, Jewish man, right? So what have I always said on this program, if you're new? But those of you that are not, I have always said, Diane, I sent you a graphic, 129. Now you remember, we were all set up in Biden's administration. TikTok had to go. We passed a law. Joe Biden signed the law. ByteDance had to sell TikTok. Trump said, hold on, I'll save it. Right? So we keep getting these 90-day extensions. Now we have this amazing TikTok deal. On January 21st, I just want to remind you of this, right? On January 21st, the day after the inauguration, Trump's priorities, what are they? Day one or day two, January noon, January 20th was day one. Priority, first full day on the job, was to have Larry Ellison of Oracle and other tech executives and launch Stargate. Why? Why couldn't that be January 23rd or February 8th or February 19th or March 3rd? Why? Why? So Larry Ellison, I have said, Diane, you know, I have said on and on, pay attention to this, right? So, okay. So Larry Ellison, Sam Altman, get into that later, 21st. So we got to save TikTok. Now remember, 87. TikTok ended up in the hands. Trump orders, clears the way for a TikTok sale. In the hands, Larry Ellison. Okay. What's the big deal? Give me number 86. 1 in 5 Americans now. 1 in 5 Americans getting their information from TikTok. So, when I get done, maybe what's the big deal? Maybe you can tell me. Why is Larry Ellison so entrenched? Why is Donald Trump not moved forward without him? And what's the biggest part of this deal coming up? Now, they locked your children down because they use all the violence, school shootings. Americans have always given up our freedom for security. We've traded it. But now what they know, what will we really trade? We will really trade the security for our children. We'll do anything for our children to be secure. And they know that. That's the manipulation. And then as the children grow up on TikTok, as the children grow up in an AI world, as the children grow up under this security, they will accept it as normal. So they get TikTok. How does Benjamin Netanyahu feel about that? Give me video 7.
Christian influencers. Okay. You said, we talked about the woke right. And you said, I call it the woke Reich. That's a brilliant observation. The woke Reich. Because these people, you know, they're not any different from the woke left. I mean, they're insane. They're loonies. But they're actually meeting on some of the things. And what we have to do is we have to secure that part of the base of our support in the United States. That is being challenged systematically. A lot of this is done with money. Money of NGOs, vast. Money of governments, vaster. Okay? We have to fight back. How do we fight back? Our influencers. I think you should also talk to them if you have a chance. To that community, they're very important. And secondly, we're going to have to use the tools of battle. You know, the weapons change over time. You can't fight today with swords. That doesn't work very well. Okay, and you can't fight with cavalry. That doesn't work very well. And you have these new things, you know, like drones, things like that. I won't get into that, but we have to fight with the weapons that apply to the battlefields in which we're engaged. And the most important ones are the social media. And the most important purchase that is going on right now is followers. TikTok, number one. And I hope it goes through because it can be consequential. And the other one, what's the other one that's most important? X. Exactly. Very good. And, you know, so we have to talk to Elon. He's not an enemy. He's a friend. We should talk to him. Now, if we can get those two things, we get a lot. And I could go on other things, but that's not the point right now. We have to fight the fight, okay? To give direction to the Jewish people and give direction to our non-Jewish friends or those who could be our Jewish our friends. Are we going to succeed with everyone? No. Will there be a strong counterpart? Yes.
The woke right, we have to secure that part. The tools of battle, the next tools of battle, we have to secure that part. What's the number one? We have to control the weapons. What's the number one? TikTok. I hope that sale goes through. To who? The billionaire Jewish man, Larry Ellison? I'm not here attacking anyone. I'm not here rolling out judgment of anyone. I'm just here putting out what's going on. No coincidence. He said TikTok, and we need to talk to our friend Elon at X. This is what we have to control, right? Have to control that. Interesting. Now, and what Israel is most concerned about, and that's why I'm telling you, Oracle, Larry, none of this is a coincidence. Here is their biggest concern right now is the next generation that we have control over in the schools, right? The next generation, number 89. Which comes closer to your view? Israel should stop its military campaign in order to protect against civilian casualties, even if not all the Israeli hostages have been released. 58%. Israel should continue its military campaign until all hostages are released, even if it means civilian casualties, 30%. All right? Their American support. Number 90, providing additional economic and military support to Israel. Strongly support, 19. Somewhat support, 20. Somewhat oppose, strongly oppose, 16 and 35. It's never been those kind of numbers in America. Never been those kind of numbers. 70% of young voters want to stop military support for Israel. You see, the next generation does not feel this way where Israel's concerned. These are the things. So what do they got to do? Well, they got to save TikTok, right? Number 3. Remember? Trump signed an executive order saving TikTok, getting it to Larry Ellison. You remember that guy? Now, this is 5 minutes, so I'm going to do a stop and go, Diane. I'm going to stop the video and go. Stop the video and go. All right? I don't think I have a duplicate, but let's look at video 6 now.
Your body cams will be transmitting that. The police will be on their best behavior because we're constantly recording, watching and recording everything that's going on. Citizens will be on their best behavior because we're constantly recording and reporting everything that's going on.
When you come to government and what government's doing, there are artificial intelligence tools, and some of them I know that Oracle have developed around financial management for government. But also, tell us a bit about what, because you're right at the forefront of this revolution, what it means for what government should do in terms of its digital infrastructure, digital ID, data centers, and so on.
How do you take advantage of these incredible AI models? And the first thing a country needs to do is to unify all of their data so it can be consumed and used by the AI model. You have to take all of your healthcare data, your diagnostic data, your electronic health records, your genomic data. And in the Middle East, in the UAE, for example, they're incredibly rich in data. They have a lot of population data. The NHS in the UK has an incredible amount of population data, but it's fragmented. It's not easily accessible by these AI models. We have to take all of this data we have in our country and move it into a single, if you will, unified data platform. So we provide context. When we want to ask a question, we've provided that AI model with all the data they need to understand our country. So that's the...
All right, I want you to hold there. I want to go back. Oh, by the way, that's Tony Blair. You can't make this up. That's Tony Blair. Who is Tony Blair talking to? The new principal owner of TikTok. The guy that's going to control information. Now, you hear what he's saying, all right? Everybody's going to be on best behavior because we're going to live in a world of cameras. You're always going to be on your best behavior because somebody's watching. And digital ID, talking about digital ID, we've heard that already this week. But all data, this is how it can work best in the future. Now, January 21st, I'm sorry, President Donald Trump, I get that you want to be advanced in AI. You want America to be in the forefront of AI. I get that. You want us to be the leader and not be behind in the world of what's coming up. I understand that. But January 21st, Stargate, Sam Altman, this guy here, I'm not buying it, sir. I'm not buying it. This has all been a setup. All data, all the population's data. You got to have everything, your health records, every single thing of data. So All right, let's continue this video.
That's the big step. That's kind of the missing link. We need to unify all of the national data, put it into a database where it's easily consumable by the AI model, and then ask whatever question you like.
So you're really, through the use of this, you're revolutionizing the way government works, right? The services it provides, the way that it operates. What about things like financial management, procurement? How can AI help a government operate more efficiently, more effectively, give a more direct and better service to the citizen?
Well, we have these modern financial systems. So, countries can, and all, for example, the AI system will help you do that. But again, the secret is to get all of that data in one place. Without having the basic data, it cannot answer the question about your country. I think countries are very uncomfortable with keeping their data in other countries' data centers. So I think part of our essential infrastructure, just like airports obviously need to be in our country, or they're not terribly useful. Ports need to be in our country and they're not terribly useful. Data centers, because of the privacy requirements around the data, need to be in our countries or they're not terribly useful. They need to be in our countries, but they also need to be secure. And there are new technologies right now. This is the last year you will ever log on to an Oracle system with a password. Next, by the middle of this year, I'm quite certain you are Tony Blair. So how do I know? Well, I look at you, I hear your voice, I listen to the kind of questions you ask. I'm pretty sure you're not synthetically created in having this conversation. The security system, we have biometric logins. The computer recognizes you. It recognizes your voice. It might ask you to put your index finger on the return key. And we're absolutely certain it's you. There's no reason to enter a password. In fact, passwords are too easily stolen. The data centers and data is being taken hostage all over the world. The ransomware business is a very, very good business. It's getting bigger and better every year. We tend not to talk about it because the American FBI has a simple advice to someone whose data has been ransomed. Just pay them because there's nothing we can do about it. But there is something we can do about it. Not after the data is stolen, but before the data is stolen, we can make sure that we're using the latest security technology, and it is going to be biometrics assisted by AI to make sure that you are in fact Tony Blair, and I'm sure you are. Now, I would love to live to be 150 years old.
Well, there's an amazing opportunity to reimagine the state, the way that government functions, and the service that it can provide for its citizens.
No password. The computer will recognize you. AI. Oh, by the way, give me 118. This is not a real person. It's not a real person. It's AI generated. Okay, so Larry Ellison, Tony Blair, quite interesting. All the data, controlling all the data, Stargate, Oracle. This will be the last year, he said, Oracle will require a password. So I got one more. I don't know how long. I know how long it is, but I don't know. Listen to this one, and then we'll. This is the one that's going to get you. Video 17.
Securing schools. We think we can absolutely lock down schools so that dramatically reduce the case of anyone being on campus that doesn't belong on campus, and immediately alert. Second someone pulls out a gun, immediately alert. Use AI cameras to immediately recognize that. But we keep everyone off campus that doesn't belong on campus. The police, another thing, body cameras. We completely redesigned body cameras. Our body cameras cost $70. Normal body camera costs, I don't know, $7,000. Our body cameras are simply lenses, two lenses attached to your vest, attached to the smartphone that you're wearing. And we actually take the video that the police officer is, by the way, and the camera's always on. You don't turn it on and off. And by the way you turn it on, you can't turn it on. I'm going to the bathroom. Oracle, I need 2 minutes to take a bathroom break, and we'll turn it off. The truth is, we don't really turn it off. What we do is we record it so no one can see it, but no one can get into that recording without a court order. So you get the privacy you requested, but a court order, if you get a court order, we will, judge, can order, I want to look at that, this so-called bathroom break. If there's something comes up, and plus I'm going to lunch with my friends. Oracle, I need an hour for privacy with lunch with my friends. God bless. We won't listen in unless there's a court order. But it's interesting. But we transmit the video back to headquarters. So headquarters and AI is constantly monitoring the video. Remember this terrible case in Memphis where the 5 police officers basically beat to death a citizen in Memphis? Well, that can't happen because it would be on TV at headquarters. Everyone would see it. Your body cams will be transmitting that. The police will be on their best behavior because we're constantly watching and recording everything that's going on. Citizens will be on their best behavior because we're constantly recording and reporting everything that's going on. And it's unimpeachable. The cars have cameras on them. I think we have a squad car here someplace. But those kind of applications using AI, if we can use AI, and we're using AI to monitor the video. So if that altercation that occurred in Memphis, the chief of police would be immediately notified. It's not people that are looking at those cameras, it's AI that's looking at the camera. No, you can't do this. It would be like a shooting. That's going to be an event that's immediately, an alarm's going to go off, it's going to be, and we're going to have supervision. In other words, every police officer is going to be supervised at all times. And the supervision will, and if there's a problem, AI will report the problem and report it to the appropriate person, whether it's the sheriff or the chief or whomever we need to take control of the situation. We have, same thing. We have drones. If there's something going on in a shopping center, and I'll stop. A drone goes out there, get there way faster than a police car. There's no reason for, by the way, high-speed chases. You shouldn't have high-speed chases between cars. You just have a drone follow the car. I mean, it's very, very simple. And the new generation of autonomous drones. Spotting forest fires. A drone spots the forest fire, and the drone then drops down and looks around to see if there's a human being near that heat plume, and someone else either had an unattended campfire that caught fire, or it's arson. We can detect all of that. That's all done autonomously with AI. All of these are AI applications. And so you think about the application business, and I'm just getting started. I mean, I'm sure you have other things to do in your life than just listen to me. But
surveillance state. That's who TikTok went to, right? That's who Benjamin Netanyahu said, TikTok, the next weapons of war, right? The surveillance state, lock down the schools. AI cameras, behavior, looking all the time. They don't shut off. Everywhere you go, they don't shut off. The AI cameras do not shut off. Now, if you want privacy for lunch, it will go into a file that a court order could open it up. And AI will always monitor your behavior and be running different, would I say, scenarios. They may be able to pick up in your behavior that you're going to do something in advance. And this is some wild stuff. But don't forget, right? Number 96. Jared Kushner got a sweetheart deal with Saudi Arabia. $55 billion. We can't get China to buy our soybeans, but Trump is busy saving TikTok, number 87, and making sure Larry Ellison has it. That guy right there. And what happened on January 21st? The very first meeting was with this guy here. I mean, I'm not buying it. I mean, number 59, Sam Altman and Larry Ellison. OpenAI is preparing to launch a new social app for AI-generated videos. Oh, by the way, there's a government shutdown coming. Forget the fact that there's a 20-point plan to take over Gaza and gentrification of Gaza. Forget that plan fact. Forget the fact that the guy there, right? These globalists, Tony Blair is going to help Trump oversee it. Tony Blair, right? Larry Ellison, Oracle. You cannot make all of this up. And I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. So when we return, let's go into I'm looking at governor candidates. Let's go into the government shutdown when we return.
It's Truck Month Plus at Day Chevrolet in Jasper. Now save $11,000 off new Silverado 1500 crew cabs. Plus, get $500 bonus cash for your trade. Pick your Silverado from our huge selection. Save a whopping $11,000 off. Plus, $500 bonus cash for your trade during Truck Month Plus at Day Chevrolet in Jasper. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
If you're new from the program, if you're new here at our program, I'm in Georgia. We're at 10 o'clock. We have an hour that's dedicated to Georgia. We have people all over the world that watch that hour because they're interested in what's going on in Georgia. We are going to have an update, so call everyone you know because we're going to be putting a lot of names out. We're going to be talking about a lot of people. The Ponzi scheme. You know, I look at what's going on with this $140 million Ponzi scheme in Georgia, and there's days like today where, like, I don't want to report this. It involves innocent people. But we have to do it. 10 o'clock. Now, are you aware that the government will shut down at midnight? Right? So, we have all of the, I told you this yesterday. Don't worry about your Social Security check. Don't worry about the military being paid. Don't worry about the essentials. Now, what bothers a lot of you, you can't stand when they say non-essential. That bothers many of you out there. It does. So, you've got 103. They had a meeting yesterday talking about a shutdown. These sticking points. Oh, by the way, I'm your host, BKP. You're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. Hi, Diane. The sticking points right there, that's Schumer, Hakeem Jeffries, Thune, Senate Majority Leader, Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson. Now, that being said, the sticking points is 117. We're going to talk about this tomorrow. Once the government shut down, that's when we talk about it. But the sticking points, as they call it, Medicaid cuts. Now, not Medicare, Medicaid cuts. And Republicans keep saying, I want to go 125 and then I want to go back to 117. Republicans keep talking about health care for illegals. Yeah. Government. So that's what they keep saying is Democrats want health care for illegals, go back. And then you have the Affordable Care Act subsidies, and Congress has the power over the money. They say these are the sticking points. They say on Medicaid, they're wanting to root out fraud and abuse. ACA are subsidies for people that are on Obamacare, the Affordable Care Act. And they only want Congress to be able to claw back money that's not used in certain categories. But the President of the United States has been doing that. The OMB budget director, Russ Voigt's been doing that. And they say that power only belongs to Congress. So they have the sticking points. But now, here's the thing I want to shut down. We'll talk more about it tomorrow once the government shuts down. But listen to how they manipulate video 8.
This is a leverage point to achieve a radical leftist agenda.
If there's a shutdown, essential government employees like air traffic controllers, TSA agents, and members of the military could be required to work without getting paid.
You're just getting kicked in the teeth left and right all the time from, the government that you've spent your life dedicated to. It gets tiring after a while. So
now every bit of that is false. ABC just did a complete false report. Now, first of all, non-essential workers, there may be a plan to fire them. And I have no problem with that. I really think America is pretty tired of the determination between essential and non-essential. We're tired of it. Now, that being said, everything about that was false, because the law says that anyone that works for the government will get their pay when they finalize the deal. So there's a lot of people out there, they save up, right? They save up some money. and they put it back, and they're ready. They're ready for midnight. Oh, it's midnight. It's midnight. We're sleeping in tomorrow. We're sleeping in. We're going to have waffles. We're going to watch Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, we're going to watch The Price is Right. We're going to bid on both of the showcases. See if we get it right. Yep. That's what we're going to do. Then we go and shopping. They get paid. They get paid. Even if it takes 3 weeks, when they don't do anything, we back pay everything. They lose nothing, these people. So first, that's number one. Number two, I told you this yesterday. I'll show it to you. Russ Voigt, they start shifting. Military gets paid. Air traffic controllers get paid. TSA agents. And it's going to be terrorists running around everywhere because no one is checking to see the ounces on my lotion bottle. Just saying. Now, I'm going to play 2 of these. All right. Now, at 4 a.m., because this is the same, you're going to hear the same thing twice. And what I want you to hear is the narrative that they run all day. Now, this is Atlanta News First. Atlanta News First. They start at 4:30 a.m. with this here, video 11.
Non-essential federal employees face furloughs. For Americans, that might affect customer service, paperwork, national parks, food inspections, and more. The White House is even threatening to fire some workers.
The federal workforce is already shrinking rapidly, down by 97,000 jobs.
Social Security payments will continue, but the timing could be confusing. Today, an unrelated executive order is ending paper government checks. Meanwhile, a shutdown could cause travel delays.
Planes will take off, but it's going to be a massive strain on the system.
Some experts worry a government closure could hurt the economy. It also could delay the release of economic reports crucial to investors and the Federal Reserve.
This will be a momentous week for the U.S. economy and the financial markets.
I'm Mimi Kiley reporting.
Customer service. So that's what you're calling it this day. When you call the IRS, so that's what you're calling it, huh? Customer service. And the government's already down 97K in federal employees. Have you missed them? Tell me how many of those federal employees out of the 97K that the government has cut out that you actually missed, and that customer service. So that is 4:36 a.m. this morning. Now, CNN runs the same exact. Give me video 13.
Lives will be upended.
The federal government could shut down tonight and Americans could feel the impact. That's unless Congress reaches an agreement by midnight.
I think we're headed to a shutdown because the Democrats won't do the right thing.
Sticking points remain. Democrats want to undo recent Medicaid cuts and preserve certain Obamacare subsidies. They also want to make it harder for the president to cut funds Congress has approved.
This relates to the well-being and the health of the American people.
In a shutdown, non-essential federal employees face furloughs. For Americans, that might affect customer service, paperwork, national parks, food inspections, and more. The White House is even threatening to fire some workers.
The federal workforce is already shrinking rapidly, down by 97,000 jobs.
Social Security payments will continue, but the timing could be confusing. Today, an unrelated executive order is ending paper government checks. Meanwhile, a shutdown could cause travel delays.
planes will take off, but it's going to be a massive strain on the system.
Some experts worry a government closure could hurt the economy. It also could delay the release of economic reports crucial to investors and the Federal Reserve.
This will be a momentous week for the U.S. economy and the financial markets.
I'm Mimi Kiley reporting.
So I wonder when Atlanta News first calls CNN if they say, sell us the abbreviated version. CNN's is a little stretched out, right? So this fear will be all day long. And it'll be so sad, and it wreaks havoc on the American people, and it's just going to be terrible. You will not see a difference. So, by the way, I got to give you the military wife. They got to find the military wife, video 10.
Want to show up and they wanted to do a good job and they want to be honest, hardworking Americans, and they're getting caught in the middle of this political rhetoric.
You got to always have a military wife. Now, what I tell you yesterday, this is Russ Voigt. We'll talk more about the shutdown tomorrow, but this is Russ Voigt, OMB director, yesterday, video 16.
We want to keep this government open. It is not good for the American people to have the government shut down for any period of time. We will manage it appropriately, but it is something that can all be avoided. It can all be avoided by accepting a reasonable position, which is what the House has passed and what sits at the Senate desk, which is to continue to fund the government with a short-term continuing resolution. It has never been a viewpoint that $1.5 trillion is a reasonable amount of spending to be included on a short-term CR. This is hostage-taking. It is not something that we are going to accept, and we hope that the Democrats come back from the brink, fund this government, and allow us to move forward. Thank you.
All right, folks, that's Russ Voigt, and exactly what I told you yesterday. He said, we will manage it, all right? The White House already knows. Democrats know this too. And I explained yesterday, don't worry, because there's the A list, military, air traffic control, Social Security. That continues to go out. We have emergency provisions to make sure our military gets paid. That goes out. Now, what happens is they're able to start shifting non-essential funds out of accounts over into what I call the A list. They're able to do that. They can shift those funds over there. They can stretch this out for a long period of time over here. And then the columns over here, as soon as they do the continuing spending resolution, they all get fully funded right back in there, fully funded. So Russ Voigt, OMB director, will manage it. He'll manage it. All right. They have a continuing resolution ready to go, Republicans. The Senate can vote on it today. John Thune's going to keep putting it on the floor, and it'll go into November, where apparently they say they're going to release the appropriations bills. That's what they're going to do. All right, folks, we're going to take a break. When we return, remember Dearborn, Michigan yesterday? I showed you in Dearborn, Michigan, how every morning the wake-up call for the prayers over the loudspeaker all across the entire city in Dearborn. Wait till you see Dallas International Airport. Take a break.
Chevrolet in Jasper, we're proud because for more than 65 years, we've built a legacy of trust for the families we serve. That's why 80% of our business comes from repeat customers and referrals. When you treat folks as well as we do, word is bound to get around. Dave's Chevrolet in Jasper, family first since 1959. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report. Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service, Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
All right, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. You're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. Let me do a quick run through. Diane, I sent you a video. If you would get that video ready for me. I didn't number it. I just sent it. And then I sent you 3 pictures. So where are we at here? You know, it seems like just yesterday, Trump was referring to Russia as a paper dragon, okay? Or paper tiger. I don't know what he was. But so Putin said, number 100. I'm your host, BKP. You're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. We have to get ready for the Georgia hour. That's at 10 o'clock, the Georgia hour. So give me 100. Russia signs draft order. They're going to put 135,000. They're preparing 135,000 more troops. Just so you know, right? Daring us in Ukraine. Just daring us over there in Ukraine. So we'll go with that. Now, yesterday, this is a interesting little story we have here. Yesterday, this lady in California, always loved Moms for Liberty. Number 34. Nothing like going to a Board of Education meeting and there's a little strip show. Always loved Moms for Liberty. Mom stuns school board meeting as she strips to protect transgender students using girls' locker rooms. Yes, this is great. Go check the video out. Well, maybe you better not. Anyhow, Mom stuns school board. Beth Bourne, the chair of Moms for Liberty is that Yolo County, stripped at the Davis Joint Unified School Board meeting on September 18th in the effort to protest transgender students using girls' locker rooms. Yes. She went, yes, give me number 35. Descended into chaos when a local woman stripped in effort to protest transgender students using girls' locker rooms. Beth Bourne, chair of the Moms for Liberty, pulled the stunt, all right, when she discussed the junior high school locker room policies. She said she wanted the board members to feel the vulnerability she believes students face when classmates choose a locker room based on gender identity, noting that the district requires students to undress for physical education. And number 36. So I'm just going to give you an idea what it looks like when I undress. Removing her shirt and exposing her bikini top. The school district is saying that depending on the child's transgender identity, that they can pick which bathroom they want. Right now, with the school district, we have children self-identifying in different bathrooms just based off, she said, as she removed her pants, prompting one trustee to call out, "No, you cannot." So she gave them a little show. This is what it's like. The children can pick whatever bathroom, locker room they want to go into to change for gym. She said, okay, let me show you. Now, Trump is over there at the military. I think he's going to put them all on the fat drug. All government employees, you get the fat drug for free. Yes, government employees get it for free. So he's over there telling them, because remember, Trump's over there with, what's his name right now? Pete Hegseth, right? He's over there with Pete Hegseth. I had it here just a minute ago. And they're going to address the troops this morning. I think I have it right here, Diane. Give me number 93. Yeah, Trump to speak at Defense Secretary meeting. So we will have information on that later today coming up. I don't want to go into that one. That's going to get deep. I'm tired of the political. Give me number 110. This is the media just driving this narrative of political violence. I'm absolutely tired of that. Government shutdown, the rise of political violence in the U.S. Give me the video I sent over, please.
If there is a shutdown, how many federal workers do you plan to lay off?
Well, we may do a lot, and that's only because of the Democrats. And as you know, they want to be able to take care of people that have come into our country illegally, and no system can handle that. And so we're totally opposed on that. But we can't take it. We just can't do it. I'd love to do everybody. I'd love to do the whole world. But our country can't handle people that come into our country illegally. And they want to give them full health care benefits. They want to open the wall again. Can you believe it? I can't even believe it. They want to open the wall. They haven't taken away boys playing in women's sports. They haven't done that. Men playing in women's sports. It's like they don't change. They lost an election in a landslide, and they don't change.
So there you go. Now, the Georgia Hour, before we go, I'm going to have to move some stories over to tomorrow because I don't want to get started on them. I will get long-winded if you don't know me. But this guy, he's traveling. Remember yesterday, we've got to do something about this. Remember yesterday, thank you out there. Thank you. You are the research team. Yesterday, we talked about Dearborn, Michigan, where the prayers start, the call to Muslim prayers start at 5:30 in the morning. Here's number 31. Here is number 31. This is in Texas. 131. Okay. Christian pastor denied access at Texas Airport Chapel in the new Islammed Texas, right? There's a video at Dallas Fort Worth International. You can see here, airport, a Southern Baptist pastor was denied entry to a taxpayer-funded chapel during Muslim prayers, an incident that exposed the growing transformation of America's interfaith chapels into Islamic-only spaces. All right, this is in Texas. Now, this gentleman right here, I want to go to 133. Tom, a prominent Southern Baptist, Askell? All right, a prominent Southern Baptist pastor had traveled to Dallas to visit the grieving family of a close friend. All right. He's a widely respected scholar who died last week following a sudden medical emergency. So he is traveling, and he's in Dallas, Fort Worth. Right, here you go. Give me 132. As I await my flight home from seeing Voti, is that the name, family, an announcement in the Dallas-Fort Worth airport says, this is the announcement, all are welcome to a prayer service in the chapel. With a broken heart, I went hoping maybe scripture would at least be read. Instead, I found this and was denied access. Islamic prayers. He was not allowed in. They were Islamic prayers in the, well, you can't call it a chapel, Dallas-Fort Worth. And they were able to deny him entry. Now, did you guys see this right here? This was, I just want to show you this, number 25. All right. Steve Federico, murder victim's dad. Did you see this video yesterday? Stephen Federico, the father of 22-year-old Logan Haley Federico, became visibly emotional as he blasted lawmakers for implementing soft on crime policies at a congressional hearing Monday. Here's his daughter, number 26, who was murdered May 3rd. And go to 27. Prosecutors say she was murdered by Alexander Dickey, 30 years old, a repeat offender with a rap sheet of 39 arrests, 25 felonies. 25 felonies. Now, let's roll the video. This is very emotional, okay? Video 9.
Hearing in North Carolina, where grieving families urged lawmakers to take action on violent crime and crack down on repeat offenders. Stephen Federico says his 22-year-old daughter, Logan, was shot and killed during a home invasion. Alexander Dickey, a man with a long criminal record, was charged with the crime.
Bang! Dead. Gone. Why? Because Alexander Devontae Dickey, who was arrested 39 times, 25 felonies, was on the street.
Mia Alderman says her...
He got very emotional yesterday, and it's understandable. And, you know, right, number 44. I'll go into this tomorrow because we have to get ready for the Georgia Hour. 44. This was in Portland. Ice Cube, right? Ice Cube's tour bus got firebombed in Portland while he was in town for a performance. Just saying. And hop on over 51 Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny. I don't care. I don't even know what the hell a Bad Bunny is. I don't know. I don't care. I don't care. We'll be back at 10 o'clock. Don't be late. Be right here. As always, the Georgia Hour, a lot going on. See you at 10.
At Days Chevrolet in Jasper, we're proud because for more than 65 years, we've built a legacy of trust for the families we serve. That's why 80% of our business comes from repeat customers and referrals. When you treat folks as well as we do, word is bound to get around. Days Chevrolet in Jasper, family first since 1959. Days Chevrolet. Days gets it done. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender. We take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report. Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
Chevrolet in Jasper, we're proud because for more than 65 years, we've built a legacy of trust for the families we serve. That's why 80% of our business comes from repeat customers and referrals. When you treat folks as well as we do, word is bound to get around. Days Chevrolet in Jasper, family first since 1959. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender. We take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service, bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
I'm thinking what to call this. Anyhow, I know how to open up. I'm your host, BKP, and you're watching BKP. No, wait a minute. Start all over. Get it right. That was 8 a.m. this morning. I'm your host, BKP. It's time for the Georgia Hour on voiceofruralamerica.com. This is time for another episode of Arrested Development. Or maybe nobody's been arrested yet. Maybe that'll be soon. So we wait for the first arrest. If it's happening, if it's going to take place, then we could call it Arrested Development, right? So give me number one. Let me introduce you if you're new out there. This is our famous Frost family, okay? And this is the Frost family. If you're new, you can look this up. First Liberty Building and Loan, there's Papa Frost, not Papa Smurf, Papa Frost in the plaid. And then we go all the way to the other side to the albino rhino. And then we got Mama Frost, Katie Frost, and we got other Frost, whole entire family. All right. Now, First Liberty Building and Loan, which is the source of all their revenue, everyone in the family that I'm aware of, okay, was found to be operating a $140 million Ponzi scheme. Now, the interesting thing is they are all, with the exception of the minor children, but let me just say this, because, I don't want to do anything because attorneys are always standing by, but the Frosts know this. There's all kinds of pictures where they have used the minor children, as little strategic props around conventions and so forth to hold a sign or to tip them off that someone's coming down the hall when there's a secret meeting, or possibly, how they can be used possibly. But the entire family, this is the Frost family, okay? So now let's go to the albino rhino. Now, this is a guy, we call him the albino rhino. A couple reasons. Number 84. And as you can see, he is wearing in this picture, this would be Brant Frost V. Now, First Liberty Building and Loan, just for the confusion, everything legally right now that's being investigated is under the father's name, Brant Frost IV. But we do know there's other investigations going on inside the Ponzi scheme, one being this young lad here, okay? And as you can see, this is at a time when he's wearing his GRA badge, and he's at one of his GRA events, that'd be the Georgia Republican Assembly, where he was very much an integral part. And he had some BFFs in the GRA. And we're going to go through the BFFs, because the one thing that we're not buying here is that other people don't know things. Now, when it was found out that First Liberty Building and Loan was operating a $140 million Ponzi scheme, and it was investigated by the SEC, and we have the Secretary of State of Georgia investigation. We obviously have FBI, we have Alabama, we have all these states. Many come out and said, I'm shocked But I, as your host, feel some people knew something. And that may come out over in time. And it's starting to develop. And you will see the cracks. Because some people in this is a lot of pressure. When you have the FBI knocking on the door and you have the SEC and you no longer can get a job, and then you have other investigations coming your way and lawsuits because you got people that are civil lawsuits, whatever. And you got a wife saying you better find another job to provide for me and the kids. All the above. It's pressure. Now, what will happen, and is probably happening, is some people will crack. Now, this is tied to the Georgia GOP, Inc. It's tied to it, not the Ponzi scheme. We're not saying that, but we'll cover that in a minute. So let's go to this. This is Brant Frost V, which we know the GRA, there was the GRA PAC. The GRA PAC. And many in the GRA would try to lead you to believe they had no idea what was going on. But then they lent their name, right? They lent their name to the GRA PAC. All right. So, no, I'm not up to speed. I'm not up to speed on that. So they lent their name to the GRA PAC. Brant Frost V had total control of the GRA PAC, which First Liberty Building and Loan commingled funds. You will see all that eventually. So Brant Frost V, the guy here, we had text messages. We've showed you the text messages where he has offered in the past payment. We'll say that the text messages that were released, commissions for referrals and certain amounts in the referrals, different commissions. We have that from this guy here. So I told you this story a while back. Now stay with the GRA. I told you a story a while back. I was at something, and this gentleman, I can't remember the age. I think I told you 72 years old, I think. And he said, I was one that was referred to Brant Frost, First Liberty, by my, I'm going to say broker. I don't know. And see, that's against the law. So I don't know what else is going to happen here, but could be charges coming, not just job loss. Now, what I'm getting at, before I go any further in this, before I go one step further in this, the GRA, let me be clear, they turned me down twice. I tried to join twice. And I tried to join after all these bad people hit the exit ramp. All right. All the Frost family and the Josh McCoon. And I said, this may be a chance for this organization to come out and be the grassroots organization. It's always intended to have those Republican values. But they turned me down again. So first of all, I am marked safe from being a member of the GRA this morning. Second, there's some amazing people across the state that are members of the GRA. Very good people. I'm going to show you some people today that are members of the GRA because I'm going to ask them a question. And I'm going to do it publicly because it's time to do that. So now, if you go to this website, number 76, and you want to invest money, right? You could check brokers, right? Remember that. Katie Frost, listen. Remember Katie Frost? You remember throughout the campaign, right? Katie Frost, of all people, was calling out David Cross, candidate for GOP chair, because several years ago there was a complaint filed on him. Now, if you are a licensed broker, money manager, I don't even know that industry. I don't know how it works. But if you're licensed in that, any complaint filed goes on a record. It's very regulated. It goes on a record. So if you've ever had a complaint, it's out there. So this is the website. It's called Broker Check. You can go and run a check on a broker. So if you see there, it says Timothy Nathaniel Darnell, right? Timothy Nathaniel Darnell. And you can go check this. You can do this yourself today. You can go to Broker Check. You can put in Timothy Nathaniel Darnell in the name search at the top, and you can see 2 disclosures. You see the 2 disclosures there? Okay. So let's go to 77. When you go to 77, you see 2 notices. You see on 9/11, customer dispute pending. We're going to open it up. There's a customer dispute pending. Katie Frost, pay attention. That's how it works. And then on 9/12 of this month here, you'll see employment separation after allegations. Now, we told you all along this was coming. We told you a long time ago this was coming. Now, well, let me go here. And as you can see, B, underneath, Bankers Life Securities, right? Now, let's go to 78. I want you to look at them one at a time. I can see, you might not be able to see it on the screen there. The arbitration alleges made unsuitable recommendations, alleges breach of fiduciary duty, negligence, misrepresentation, and selling away related to an alleged Ponzi scheme with First Liberty Building and Loan. Breach of fiduciary duty, negligence, misrepresentation. Now, I'm going to take this right here and tell you that I had someone personally tell me that Timothy Nathaniel Darnell was their broker at the what's the company's name? Well, we'll get to that in a minute. He had an account there, and what is being alleged is Timothy Nathaniel Darnell, very good friends with Brant Frost V, very close. All these people are close. They're this close, okay? That he alleges, and it's on the complaint, that Timothy Nathaniel Darnell was referring from his position at Bankers Life or whatever it's called, go over to First Liberty Building and Loan, my friend Brant Frost V. And it's for $1 million. That's one complaint for $1 million. Now, I don't know if others are going to come in, but the complaint is for $1 million, right? Now, let's go to, this is on a website. You can see it yourself. So let's go to 79. Now we have both of them opened up. You have the customer dispute for $1 million, basically claiming that Timothy Nathaniel Darnell, in his position at Bankers Life Security and Bankers Life Advisory Services as a broker, was referring possibly people, plural, many, to go over and invest. And that's I'm going to say this. I don't know this industry, but I'm understanding like that's against the law. I mean, I'm serious. I mean, I don't know if charges get filed. You can't misrepresent your clients. You can't tell your clients, oh, go put your money over here. And that's the accusation. But look what Bankers Life did. They discharged. And the note is there. Mr. Darnell was terminated due to one, failure to disclose outside business activities. They had no idea. They're claiming, because let me tell you something. Remember, we talked about this. This is $1 million alone, this one complaint. I don't know if it's several combined, but this is $1 million alone. And I told you this before, the attorneys are going to start going after his employer, right? I mean, here's Nathaniel Darnell. Oh, just wait. We'll show you Nathaniel Darnell and we'll put some people out. But obviously, his employer is going to claim, I didn't know anything about this. My words. He was doing it from the cubicle and we didn't know. We didn't know he was telling people to go to First Liberty. We had no idea, because that's what I was told face to face, that one of the accounts, Timothy Nathaniel Darnell, sent them the First Liberty building a loan right to my face. Someone lost $350,000. Now, these people have attorneys or an attorney. I don't know if several of them are at the same law office, and they are going to go after Bankers Life because that's where the money's at. They're going to go after them. So Bankers Life said failure to disclose outside business activity. 2, participation in undisclosed, unapproved private security transaction. They can't do that. Now, I will say this again. This young man, and I keep saying I don't know this business, but I will guarantee he signed documents. Oh, yes. I will guarantee he signed documents agreeing to get his broker's license. You don't just, hey, you want a license? Hey, here you go. You want a license? Here you go. No, I guarantee you this young man has signed a lot of documents to be a licensed broker or to work for a company like this, unbeknownst to them. Use of off-channel communications with clients. Do you hear this? Oh, no, by the way, I don't want to go any further without reminding you, I'm the bad guy. Don't forget that. Not the Frost family, not Nathaniel Darnell, not any of these up here. Don't forget, just want to remind you, use of off-channel communications with clients and not following firm policies and procedures related to such. So what it looks like here is he got fired. He got fired. Now, Katie Frost, remember when you asked David Cross, I just want to remind Katie because, you know, I know that was so important. That would be Brant Frost's sister. So now let's go back to number 84, the albino rhino. Here he is with all of his GRA gear, and he is running at that time, it's been dissolved now, the GRA PAC, and he was once a very, very high up. He was one of the grand poobahs at the Water Buffalo Lodge there, number 84. Yes, he was. So this is Brant Frost V. Now, he is the one that has all the ties really close in the group. Now, let's go to number 81. This is the 2025 leadership team. And remember what I said, GRA members. I'm not attacking you, but I am going to kindly put you on the spot because there's a lot of you that are very good people. All right? Now, You do what you want, but if Nathaniel Darnell calls and tells you that he didn't know that was a Ponzi scheme, guess what Nathaniel Darnell did know? He did know that he was violating everything about his job and the rules to send his customers there. He did know that. That was quite a violation. Little $1 million. So 25 leadership team, right? Now, Alex Johnson, I was told, now, Alex, you can clear this up. I've sent you a couple messages. You don't answer them. But I was told Alex Johnson, the chair of the National Republican Federation, all right, that he was subpoenaed. Now, I also have heard, Alex, you can clear this up because I will be glad. Alex, I will be glad. I'll bring you on the show. You can clear everything up. I'll clear it up for you. But if you're not answering things and I keep getting messages, I'm hearing that you may be Nathaniel Darnell's attorney. I don't know. Now, this is Nathaniel Darnell right here, okay? He is Nathaniel Darnell, he is the president of the GRA. The president of the GRA. Got it? Okay. Now, let's move over here to number 80. Here is their leadership team. This is their leadership team. Now, these are not all bad people, all right? So here's the leadership team. Nathaniel stands the tallest next to Alex, but that's Nathaniel Darnell is in the center. He is the Georgia Republican Assembly. He's the president of the Georgia Republican Assembly. Then you have all those fine citizens around him. Now, the GRA. You have an opportunity. You had an opportunity when the albino rhino left. You have an opportunity to take your organization and turn it into something very strong. But you must ask for Nathaniel Darnell's resignation. You must. You are good people. I'm going to show some of you. You must ask for his resignation. He can no longer go any further. Not another day as president. Now, I will say you should go as far to ask for Alex Johnson's resignation. I'm serious. I'm not just putting that out there. I mean, this $140 million Ponzi scheme is not, this is one, it's criminal. So we will wait. We will wait for indictments and charges and everything. But two, I don't know, but I know his company stepped up. And according to what's online, he's been terminated from his job. You see the reasons for, okay? Now, if he violated a trust, now Alex Johnson needs to resign or come out and say, I'm not his attorney. I want nothing to do with it. I didn't know anything about it. Because this is where we're getting into who knew something about this, when, and where. I'm going to get to somebody else. We're going to talk about Greg the Weasel. I mean, this is not a laughing matter. So Alex Johnson has to come clean what he knew, when he knew it, or say he knew nothing, separate himself, or he needs to resign. And so does Nathaniel Darnell. I'm not attacking. Who's attacking? This is all right here. I mean, if there's $1 million claim, just that number, and I don't know if they put $1 million in for a placeholder, it may be more. And there's clients where he violated all of the rules, and it may come up charges, I don't know. And they're going after his company. The company's going to go after him, or should, I don't know, but you'll see. I'll tell you, this is ugly. We've told you all the way around. He's out. Now, 82. Look at these great people. Look at them. They're amazing people. I spent Saturday with Field Cersei. I communicate with Jason Frazier over Fulton County all the time. I talked to Brian, chair of the new membership committee. Brian, are you the one that didn't let me in? Anyhow, right? Yeah, I didn't get in. I didn't get in. When they vetted me, you know what they said? They said that I said something negative about the GRA. Okay. I spoke with Brian several times Saturday down at the fish fry. I think the world of Jason. I think Cassandra. I think the world. All four of these people are amazing people. They're great. But you must not continue to work in this organization, is my opinion, with Nathaniel Darnell as president. How can you have any credibility? Not you personally yourself. I want to be careful because these are really good people. I really like them. And then here's one of the best guys. Well, I'm going to get in trouble here. What I mean by this, I know this guy 15 years. 2010, 25. We're going on 16 years. I know this guy, 16 years. I think the world of him for 16 years. Number 83. These people are tops. They're tops. They're great. This guy is one of the best right here. Ron Hooper, can't beat him. Well, he gets a little grouchy. I get a little grouchy. Bum, bum, bum. I'm just saying that. Ron's a good guy. I know Ron for 15 years. Boom. You people have to. Well, you don't have to, but I have to tell you something. If you don't stand up to this mess, the value of your organization, 81. I mean, you got to stand up to this mess. And if you call Alex Johnson and say, Alex, we got to do something here. And Alex says, well, I didn't know anything about it. And Nathaniel Darnell, he didn't break any rules when it comes to the GRA. He didn't break any of our rules. So one more time, quickly. Now we got to get to Greg the Weasel. So, boom, Nathaniel Darnell, right there. President of the GRA. Josh McCoon, silent. Georgia Republican Party chair. The Georgia Republican Party chair, Josh McCoon, goes back with the Frost family. Oh, he goes way back with the Frost family. I'm going to throw this out here. Josh, if I'm wrong, let me know. You could do it in a tearful way on X, as you do most of the time. But let me know if I'm wrong here, Josh. Are you not like a charter member with the GRA? If I'm wrong, just tell me, all right? You and Sally Grubhub. Or are you guys, I don't know about Sally, but I thought Josh was like a charter member of the GRA. Anyhow, he goes way back. Josh is very close to the Frost family. Very tied, very close to the Frost family. Now, he got out. What did he know? You see, Josh served in the fraternity of the Georgia State Senate. And Georgia State Senate senators, they're like this, right? They're like this. And Josh served in the Georgia State Senate with David Schaefer. And David Schaefer was former chair of the Georgia Republican Party. And David Schaefer and Josh are friends, maybe still, but at this time they're very close friends. David Schaefer hands the mantle to Josh as the Georgia GOP chair, while we find out that David Schaefer, former GOP chair, while serving as GOP chair in the Georgia Republican Party, was invested in First Liberty Building and Loan. And him and Josh used to be like this. Now, I say used to because I've not been around them a while. They used to be like this. So, did Schaefer... Because, see, the Frost family, this is so confusing. I'm so confused. The Frost family used to send the Georgia GOP, Inc. a lot of money. And David Schaefer, former chair, was invested in First Liberty Building and Loan. Remember, they're Georgia state senators. Tight. Remember, Mike Crane, the guy that chaired the Georgia Republican Party convention, former state senator, tight. They're all tight. Mike Crane, who the Frost call Uncle Mike because they grew up in his house, basically. Can't make any of this up. It's all tied together. So, can we please find out what Josh McCoon knew, knows, when, how, and did he refer anybody? Did he say, well, you got 50 grand, you know? Brandt's offering commissions. We don't know that happened, but we don't know that it didn't happen. It's all tied together. Now, this guy just got dismissed from his job according to the website. So let's roll because we got to get to Greg the Weasel. 76. 77, 78, and 79, and I will rattle it off as you go. As you can see, that's Nathaniel Timothy Darnell. There's two things. This is called broker check. You can check any broker. Every broker that's licensed has to be registered here. Has to be. So if you go to invest money anywhere, you can put that broker's name in, and you can check and see if there's been any violations, anything reported on them, and everything gets reported. It's very regulated. As you can see, go to the next one, Timothy Nathaniel Darnell. We did not make this up. There are two, right? Two items there with their name. Employment separation after allegations, customer dispute. Go to the next one. When you click down on the customer dispute, you can read that. Go to the next one, 79, and we will leave it there. Right? 79, Bankers Life Security and Bankers Life Advisory Services. Discharged. Termination type. Mr. Darnell was terminated due to failure to disclose outside business activities. Well, if you'll not disclose those outside business activities, I wonder if you have if that's something you would do just generally if you're used to that. So, and here's 84, the albino rhino. There he is. And that is the Frost family right there. And we know we have the text messages, put out offers for investment. Like, you know, we are offering a free toaster. No, it wasn't a toaster. We're offering a microwave oven. No. Right? But this guy, we have the text where he made offers. If you can bring me someone of this amount of money, you could get quite a commission. And that goes all the way back to one where we started, Arrested Development. No, nobody's been arrested. It's just nobody's been arrested. But this is a story about the Bluth family. No, I mean, this is a story about the Frost family. Dad is on the end in the plaid, albino rhino at the end. No one's been arrested. We haven't gotten any indictments yet, but we do know this is moving along. Now, someone's going to turn. Someone's going to flip because this is going to get ugly. This is breaking open as we go. Now, that being said, the Frost family. So this guy right here announces he's running for lieutenant governor. Yes, right here, 68. Now, this is Greg the Weasel Dolezal. That's not 68. That's not 68. I sent you pictures of 3 that I changed. So 68, 69, and 70 were changed. If you can look and get me, take that down, please, and get me the new 68, 69, and 70 that were in an email. And the top of the email is titled, "Sorry, I sent you the wrong ones." I sent the wrong ones, 68, 69, and 70. I sent the wrong one. So got to give her a minute. That's not her fault. Thank you, Diane. Dolezal jumps into lieutenant governor's race with hard right platform. Now, we'll get back to Greg the Weasel. All right. We have played the video of everybody jumping in. We have let's run Greg Dolezal's jumping in state senator, jumping into the race. Someone just sent me this long article where this guy's concerned. Video 5.
There's only one Trump conservative running for lieutenant governor, Greg Dolezal. Top conservative in the Georgia Senate, trusted to fight for our values.
I'm Greg Dolezal. I stood with President Trump when it mattered most, led the fight to hold Fani Willis accountable for her corruption and lies.
Georgia Republican lawmaker wants to start an investigation into Fani Willis.
And I wrote the Riley Gaines Act to keep men out of women's sports and locker rooms and stop DEI mandates in public schools. I'm running for lieutenant governor because we are at a turning point as the radical left continues to threaten our public safety. They launched riots that burned our cities, opened the border, and let dangerous criminals into our country, tried to kill President Trump, and even assassinated a beloved conservative leader because he stood for free speech and Christian values. As lieutenant governor, I will crack down on these extremists and those who radicalize them. I'll eliminate every DEI program in every government agency in Georgia because taxpayers shouldn't have to fund divisive and unconstitutional policies. We will stop transgender indoctrination in our schools and universities and remove every rogue prosecutor who puts their soft on crime political agenda over public safety. Together, we can defend our values and protect our future.
For Lieutenant Governor Greg Dolezal, the only one who gets it done.
Okay, so first of all, don't fall for any of that. This guy's a weasel. And I'm going to say something. I can't come out of this without if I get in trouble, I get in trouble. Like that ship sailed, right? Now, this guy is a state senator. There's a lot here, right? Let me ask something, Greg the Weasel, because that's the only way I'm going to refer to you until you answer the questions, because you won't answer the questions. You will not. You come on this show and answer the questions and you man up. And then we'll put you in the race. Because right now, David Clark, okay, he's in the race. Blake Tillery, I like Blake Tillery. I shake his hand. I do. I talk to Blake Tillery. I get really nothing against the guy. Steve Gooch, my state senator. I know State Senator Steve Gooch for a long time. David Clark. John Kennedy? Absolutely not. He's a no. But they're in the race. I can't even call this guy in the race until he mans up and says or tells us the truth. Now, this is coming down the pike. I wonder if he is involved or has played a role in any business venture. Now, somebody called me this morning. Did they say this? Let me check. That a company he has been associated with. When I say has, I want to be careful here. I don't know if he's out of it or if he's still in it. But they gave, is it LeBlatt? Who is the sheriff of Fulton County? Was that LeBlatt that, took Trump's picture? Was the sheriff at that time? Has he ever been involved? These are questions we're going to get to. Has he ever been involved in a company that made donations to Democrat sheriffs to further their business? I don't know. We're going to be checking that from the Weasel. Now, Dolezal jumps into the lieutenant governor's race. Republican State Senator Dolezal entered the race for lieutenant governor Tuesday with a pledge to crack down on violent crime. Dolezal leaned on his loyalty to Donald Trump, declaring he stood with the president when it mattered most, when highlighting his push to sanction Fulton County Deputy District Attorney Fani Willis. All right. Give me number 69. Remember, I was here. When this took place, I was here. He was a featured speaker at Burt Jones' kickoff rally, reminding the crowd he was among the Trump loyalists pushed by then Lieutenant Governor Duncan for pushing a special session to undo Trump's 2020. So let me say this. I was at, and I'm gonna ask this question, and trouble has already sailed, so that's gone. But I was at Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones' kickoff, and I don't come on here and he has the red hat. Now we all know that's why Marjorie Taylor Greene is mad she didn't get the red hat. What's that mean? The Trump endorsement. So Burt Jones, we'll save that for another day so you'll come back. So I don't want to tell you that right now or you won't come back and watch the show again. But Burt Jones running for lieutenant governor of Georgia, he has Donald Trump's endorsement. So I go down to the kickoff and he has a lot of people speak. Josh McCune spoke there. Sounded an awful lot like a support for Burt Jones as chairman of the Georgia Republican Party, but later said it was not. But he was definitely on the stage welcoming everybody there. But this guy goes up right before Burt Jones. Right before. He goes up and does an introduction of Burt Jones. Then I think after that was Burt Jones' pastor, and then Burt Jones came up. But he goes up and he does this really strong introduction of Burt Jones. So I'm going to ask Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones to help me with something here. Help us find out if Greg the Weasel, how much was invested in First Liberty Building and Loan. And the reason I ask is because I don't like how close this guy is to Burt Jones. Because right now I'm definitely not, I know a lot of you down there are not jumping on the Brad Raffensperger board train, right? How many of you out there, by a show of hands, are jumping on the Brad Raffensperger train to the governor's office? I shall wait, listen for the click-clack of the track. I didn't get anything. So, how many of you are jumping on the train with Chris Carr for the governor's mansion of Georgia? Again, I will listen for the click-clack of the track. Nothing. Didn't get anything. But how many of you out there are saying Donald J. Trump endorsed my president, Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones, and I'm on the Burt Jones train? Clickety-clack, clickety-clack. I hear it on the track. There you go. But I can also hear that screeching halt and the sound of a whistle blow as people are saying, now, wait a minute. Governor Burt Jones, I can be on board with you, but you might want to separate yourself from the weasel. You and the weasel are just awful close. And we don't trust the weasel. I'm telling you. Now, why do I say that? Because I'm going to get this and get out of the way. Greg Dolezal, all right? Here's what I've heard. He will not answer. I have offered this guy, and this is an offer I'm making again today. I will stop calling you Greg the Weasel if you call me, come on the show and answer a couple questions. Because I'm being told that you led an investment group. This is what I'm hearing, all right? I know attorneys are standing by. This is just what I'm hearing. I'm hearing you led an investment group because there's people that don't want their names exposed, but they wanted to invest in the Ponzi scheme for First Liberty Building and Loan, and you handled it. Just saying. Now, I've heard you lost $2 million in the Ponzi scheme. Somebody said you lost $3 million. And then somebody said a couple weeks, I don't know, Greg, I don't know. Somebody said a couple weeks before the SEC went in that you received $1 million of your money back. And then somebody said you didn't share it with the group. I don't know. But something happened. Something's going on. And if you think for 1 minute it's got nothing to do with anybody else in the race, nothing. If you think for 1 minute I'm going to let anything that happened with the Frost family, First Liberty Building and Loan, Brant Frost V, Katie Frost, Josh McCoon, the Georgia Republican Party, any of that spun around. If you think I'm just going to let that roll down the tracks like it didn't happen, because I will tell you this, I have no influence, right? I'm not an influencer. But I know this, as many as possible will be texting, emailing, putting out things online, saying, Donald J. Trump, whatever you do, don't support the weasel. That's right. I mean, all over the state, we'll do everything we can to make sure that Donald J. Trump knows. So you got to come clean on the Ponzi scheme. Another thing we want to know. We want to know if you referred any other lawmakers under the Gold Dome to the Ponzi scheme. I just want to know. Were you one of the hooks? Did you get any kind of commissions for any referrals? I just want to know. Did there just questions? Question mark. Question mark. Question mark. That's all we want to know. That's it. So don't forget, state senator. Oh, by the way, David Schaefer invested in the Ponzi schemes. Former state senator. Josh McCoon served with David Schaefer, state senator. Mike Crane, former state senator. GOP chairman, first vice chair over the convention. Oh, but I'm for sure Josh knew nothing. He knew nothing. He didn't know anything. Josh was just as squeaky clean as they can get. That damn Josh McCoon. Take that down. So, all right. Now, I told you this a couple weeks ago. The Prickser, number 73, he's coming to town. We reported it right here on this show. 2028 is coming. Here's 73. The Prickser will be here. There you go. Georgia voters are still recovering from the flood of the 2024. But Illinois Democrat Governor J.B. Pritzker will be the keynote speaker of the Democrat Party for Georgia Carter Lewis dinner on Friday. Remember, we told you that. So the Pritzker is coming to town. See what else I have here. How about this? Number 70. We throw this in the mix. We gotta roll through this really quickly because we got 10 minutes. There you go. Number 70, Brian Kemp. State agencies seek more than $1 billion in new spending. This state must be run by Republicans. It must be Republicans. I mean, you can't make this up. You can't make this up. Republicans hold the governor's office, lieutenant governor's office. I noticed Greg Dolezal did all that bragging, but he sure as hell didn't brag about cutting the budget. He sure as hell didn't brag about giving you back any tax money. He sure as hell didn't brag about cutting your property tax. He wasn't bragging on that. No, he wasn't bragging on that. He was bragging on Fonnie Willis, which, right? He was bragging on DEI. Well, that's nice. Thank you. I appreciate you. But they never talk. They're not conservatives. They're not conservatives. You have to, I'm going to show you something, okay? Because I'm going to just put it out here. All right, you got to quit your damn complaining. You got to. Because if your state spends, well, my county did this, and my city did this, and my Board of Education did this, and they keep doing this, and it keeps going up, and it keeps going up. Why should they feel that they're not as good as your state Republicans? Well, my county, they just raised my property taxes. They raised my evaluations. My Board of Education went up. Blah, blah, blah. The city went up on the water and the sewer. Well, the state has increased their budget $10 billion. Well, do you realize if Democrat, you will not hear, let me tell you what you will not hear, a Republican, oh, you can't make this up. Let me tell you what you will not hear a Republican campaign on in Georgia. Well, if you elect those Democrats, we'll have runaway spending. Ooh, hold that one. Hold that one. Don't put that one out. If you elect those Democrats, we will have bureaucracies just start to explode everywhere. There'll be bureaucracies everywhere. Now, you better hold that one. Now, how do we work around that? Because you can't. The state budget has gone up $10 billion in 4 years. 4 years. Now, pay attention to this and mark this day down. Now, here you go with what I told you the other day. The state, everybody gets a chance to put in their request. Secretary of State, Labor Department, every department, everyone gets a chance to put in their request for their department for spending. And it's budget request. And it does get cut down, but state agencies have asked for more than $1 billion in new funding. Another $1 billion in new funding. That's for another $1 billion. The $10 billion in the last 4 years didn't cut it. They didn't get enough money for all their friends in 4 years. The $10 billion, you didn't get enough money for all your friends. But they want another $1 billion. Every constitutional office, Insurance Commission, everyone, Republican. Amid uncertainty over toll of federal spending cuts, most of the new funding requests are for programs with rising enrollment, including Medicaid, schools, and colleges. Woo, right? Now, this is where it gets interesting. Give me number 7, and we're going to drop this here because we're going to have to move in because I got to show you something else. We're closing in. I got 6 minutes, and I have to do a couple more. Number 71. Is that 71? I don't know what I called for. Thank you, Diane. Governor Brian Kemp won't unveil his proposal fiscal 27 budget until January. And the Georgia Assembly won't make final spending decisions until early next year. But the agency requests show the cost of government continue to rise. Is the cost of government continuing to rise? So how can you knock your county? How can you say, but my county commissioners are Republicans? Okay. So is your governor. Board of Education going up. Well, what do you want? What do you know? Hell you say. Hell you say. What? Oh, hell you say. But the agency requests show the cost of government continues to rise, even though the federal government reduces aid and some Georgia politicians consider eliminating the income tax. You can't, let me just say this. Blake Tillery, you are a nice guy. I've met you a couple times. You're actually a nice guy. But you're not going to eliminate taxes. You can't. You can't eliminate the income tax in Georgia without, and especially in seniors, without shifting the burden. We know where it's going to go. You can't do that when you raise spending $10 billion in 4 years. So I would say, not that you are, are you not the chair of the state Senate appropriations where the budget works through? So you know when you go to those meetings that you're not going to be able to end state income tax. So the spending on state government has grown steadily. AJC being very nice today for some reason. In recent years, as Georgia's economy and population have expanded. Last year, lawmakers approved a 37.8 budget fiscal 26, up 4% from the previous year. Last year, Brian Kemp took your money. Lawmakers took your money. They found friends that could use it better than you. Now, the reason I say that, this show must be laced with all kinds of trouble, because if you look at all the legislation they pass, for the most part, that has any money tied to it, it's legislation where money falls off into their friends' pockets. School safety. We are going to secure our children. We want our children to be safe. But what's that guy's name? Derek Dooley. What's his brother's name? That some of the money seems to fall off, possibly in his pocket. You can't make it up. All of it. It falls off in somebody's pocket. So here you go. It's up 4%. 4% last year alone. Increase of your money. And then they act like they're doing something. Well, we're looking at how to end state income tax. Why didn't you just not take the 4% from me last year? Right? Why don't you just give me my money back now? You don't have to do anything. Just give me what you took. Just saying. All right, anyhow, take that down. I'm going to lose my, you know what? It's going to happen. I see it coming. Now, Diane, could you please? They're not talking about this. You look at the paper mills that have gone out, right? Number 66. Nope. Don't give me 66. Don't do it. Don't do it. Hold that. Thank you, Diane. Boy, I saved it just in time. Give me number. Give me 65. Now, yesterday, they started going around the internet that Donald Trump's going to put tariffs on these movies, right? They never tell you the truth. Our movie-making business has been stolen from the United States of America by other countries, just like stealing candy from a baby. California, with its weak and incompetent governor, has been particularly hit hard. Therefore, in order to solve this long-time, never-ending problem, I will impose 100% tariff on any and all movies that are made outside of the United States. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Now, Trump, well, he's got to throw Gavin Newsom under the bus. Now, here's the reason why. Now, we became the Hollywood of the East, Georgia, number 66. We became the Hollywood of the East, Georgia. And we gave away all these tax credits, right? And they built all these studios. Now think of how many tax credits we gave Hyundai and how many tax credits we gave Rivian. And I know what you're going to say. Are you telling me they'll build these big plants and just abandon them? Now they're much bigger. There's much more money invested there. But look at all the movie studios that were built. They're not cheap. And they came here from California because we just gave them all these tax credit deals. And they can even sell their tax credits. Do you know how many they're sitting on? Movie industry is sitting on tax credits. They actually can cash in. I'm going to get an understanding of that. This is what a lawmaker told me the other day. I asked about this. And they said, you better hope that they don't cash in all their tax credits or we're going to have a problem. And I'm going to get full detail on that. But Georgia is experiencing significant downturn in the movie industry jobs, with Marvel Studios shifting major production to the UK and other projects following suit due to a trend of relocating to countries offering lower cost and better incentives. They're out of here. They screwed us. They took from us for all these years, and they're leaving. I mean, you're losing thousands of jobs in the movie industry. I'm telling you, you know how many years you've been watching those movies, waiting for that little peach at the end to show up? Well, you got to be peachless. I don't know why I say things. Never look at me and say, excuse me, why do you say certain things? Now, let me make sure. I just want to run this by you. Okay. 1:30. We'll talk about this tomorrow. Right? 1:30. Diane, you've been a great sport today because I really jumbled things up. Georgia House Blue Ribbon Study Committee on Election Procedures, October 20th in Covington at 10 a.m. All right? Covington at 10 a.m. This is happening, and we got that up there. Let's see. I got one more, and I know we got to close. I did have something here. Where's it at? Oh, number 72. We're keeping an eye on this, and we will. Right there. Observers try to make sense of Fani Willis's subpoena. I've got to look at that one. Number 18, don't forget. All right. She's not crazy. She's just a little unwell. Marjorie Taylor Greene is not suicidal. She put it out there. She's not suicidal. She has to have some kind of drama on a daily basis because she's actually trying to make, which I don't think you guys read this, but number 47, she wants to be in the more political, like The Hill. There's a website called The Hill. It's all politics. And Greene says she is not suicidal if something happens to me. She is so angry that she did not get Donald Trump's blessing and endorsement to run for U.S. Senate or governor, period. All right. So, yes, my dogs are back home. Now, I have no interest in the NFL. you know how I feel about the NFL. I've been upset with the NFL for a long time, number 16. And yes, those are my dogs. Those are my dogs. Is that number 16? Okay. That's Scatterboo and Dart, the Giants. I have to tell you, I enjoyed this game Sunday. That's Dart, is it Jackson Dart, and Cam Scatterboo, 44-6 with the Giants. 2 rookies. They actually make the Giants in the NFL fun to watch. Number 21, if you get a chance, stop by Warner Robins Steak and Shake and pick this up and tell me about it. I want a report. That's their creamsicle. Oh. All right, I'll see you tomorrow morning. I'm working on a lot of stories. Please continue to send me stuff. Thank you very much. I'm your host, BKP. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Thank you, Diane. Everybody have a wonderful Tuesday, right?